AITA for not paying for my neighbor's child's medical bills? We bought our new house last year. When we first viewed the house, we noticed bikes and children's toys in the driveway and on the side yard. At our final walkthrough before we signed the final documents and got the keys, we noticed kids in the driveway coloring with sidewalk chalk and riding scooters and bikes. We introduced ourselves to the kids and asked where they lived. They pointed at the house next door. After the walkthrough, my so and myself went to the house the kids pointed out and introduced ourselves to the parents and let them know we were buying the house and would be moving in. We also mentioned that with the trucks coming and us moving things in and out, it was not safe to have the kids in the driveway. All was fine when we moved in. The kids didn't play in the driveway, but they were still leaving toys and digging in the side yard. We went over and asked the neighbors to please have the kids clean the toys up and stop digging in the yard. The mother said that Mr. and Mrs. X, previous owners, always let the kids try and dig for fossils in the yard and laughed. We said that we were not Mr. and Mrs. X and that we did not want the kids digging or playing in our yard. Then they started up with the bikes in the driveway again. We have cameras facing the front of the house and saw that they would ride in the driveway and the yard. And they were also starting to draw again with the chalk. We again went over to the neighbor's house and let them know we did not want the kids playing in our driveway, our yard, or drawing on it with chalk. The neighbor again said that Mr. and Mrs. X always let them do it. And again we explained that we were not Mr. and Mrs. X and we did not want them to do this. We also followed this up with a letter to the neighbors and informed that the kids were not allowed to play, dig, or draw on our property and sent it certified mail. Fast forward to Sunday. My so is in the house and I am in the garage cutting wood for some projects. I pulled my truck out of the garage so that I could work. About 20 minutes in, I hear the neighbor's kids laughing in the driveway, so I went out to see what they were doing. They were riding bikes on the driveway. I told them to please not ride their bikes on the driveway and go on home. Not 5 minutes after I said that, I heard the kids again. And then heard a scream. One of the kids rode his bike straight into the truck. The neighbor came out screaming at me, accusing me of causing this. The other kid told her that wasn't true and that kid rode right into the car. My so came out to see what the commotion was and the neighbor started screaming at so that we would regret this. Last night, the father came to our house and said that we are responsible for the medical bills from kid getting hurt. I told him we are not responsible and that his kids should not even be in our yard. AITA for not paying the medical bills? NTA, but you need to do the following. 1. Make sure you know where the certified receipt for that letter is. 2. Save any security camera footage related to the incident. 3. Save any communication you have with the neighbor. You know there's a reasonable chance this will go to civil court. I think you're in a good place since you didn't cause it, and you'd also advised them repeatedly to get off your property, but better have the info to back it up. NTA. Report them to the police for trespassing and send them a cease and desist letter. And you should not pay for their medical bills. You would be fined to charge them to any damage to your truck. NTA. 1. You are entitled to park your truck on your drive. 2. You told the children to go home. 3. You have written a letter stating the children are not to ride or play on your property. 4. The child ran his bike into your truck while trespassing. Contact a lawyer to get ahead of this, and depending on their advice you may want to contact the police. NTA. But you mention having cameras. Hopefully you kept that recording showing everything. If you do, I'd consider calling the non-emergent phone number for the police. Ask them to come by. Tell them about the verbal threat. Show them the recording. Copy of the certified letter and ask for him to make a report to document that they continued to trespass, etc. Then send the neighbor another little package that proves you sent the certified letter well before the accident. And send them a copy of the recording of the accident. That will hopefully show the date of that as well. They won't have a leg to stand on. NTA. What is it with parents forcing their kids onto other people? NTA. They're trespassing, and if I were you, I'd have already got the police involved for that. You have no obligation to pay for their parenting failures and lack of decent respect. NTA. And I would certainly be putting a claim against them for damage to the truck. NTA. You are not responsible. They are for both the medical bills and damages to your vehicle. NTA. Did your cameras catch this as well? You tried countless times politely to ask them with reasonable concerns as to why you don't want the children on your property for their safety, and they chose to blow you off. NTA. Dumbass parents should have been watching their kids and respected your wishes like you asked. NTA. You shouldn't pay any bills, and the neighbors owe you for any damage to the car. NTA. At this point, I would stop talking to the neighbors. It's obviously not working. Next time the kids are on your property, call the police. If you get served a lawsuit for medical bills, call your insurance, get an attorney. NTA. You have been explaining to them your boundaries since it's your property and since the child was the one to get themselves injured and you weren't there. Not your duty to pay for the medical bills. NTA. But put up a fence. And keep those cams in good working order. They are literally building a lawsuit. Was your truck damaged at all? Maybe get a body shop estimate and leave a copy in their mailbox. NTA. Entitled parents need to understand no means no. I'd go get a quote for truck repairs and send them the bill. See if they pay it. As a parent, I wouldn't even be comfortable with my kids playing on the neighbor's property. Anything could happen. NTA. They encouraged their kids' behavior and then claim no responsibility when things go wrong. Sounds like you have all your bases covered. NTA. Not only did the kids cause the injuries themselves, but they did it playing somewhere you'd made it abundantly clear to the parents that they should not be. Nothing you did was negligent or dangerous, so this is in no way your responsibility. NTA. Not only did you tell them not to be there, you also didn't cause the kid to get hurt. NTA. At all. This is your property and you've repeatedly told them you aren't okay with their kids being there. Do these people not have their own driveway? Or a park nearby they can take their kids to? This is ridiculous behavior on the part of those parents. NTA. Even if this were to go to court, the judge would say, your child was on someone else's property, where they didn't belong, and ran their clumsy butt into that property owner's property, and now you want that property owner to pay for your child's boo-boo? GTFO. Quote.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.